A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Memphis Grizzlies' Ja Morant gives Desmond Bane Award. After scoring 29 points in the Grizzlies' 104-95 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, star guard Ja Morant gave the Indiana native the coveted Desmond Bane Award.
Bane, a 6-foot guard from Richmond, played at TCU and Seton Catholic before being drafted by Boston in 2020. Bane was later traded to the Grizzlies, where he has since flourished.
His scoring average jumped from 9 to 18 last season, and his rebounds and assists have increased significantly. His three-point shooting percentage, 43.2%, on larger attempts has improved his performance in the NBA.
Grizzlies star Ja Morant gives teammate Desmond Bane Award. Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award for 2020 on 22.
He beat out fellow Grizzlies DeJounte Murray and Darius Garland for the award. Morant was named Rookie of the Year and Most Improved Player and is the first player in team history to win both awards.
He announced the news of his award during practice after winning the MVP award. Grizzlies star Ja Morant gave the award to teammate Desmond Bane.
Morant thought Desmond Bane deserved it more. He also believes Bane is a better candidate for MVP than he is.
The two players are tied at 2-2 in their series. Ja and Desmond played together in the NBA for 4 seasons and are teammates.
While Morant won the award, his teammate was a worthy recipient. Morant lobbied for Bane to win the award.
Bane finished 5th in the Most Improved Player category, but he received 7 first-place votes. His teammate, Desmond Bane, finished in 5th place.
Jared Jackson Jr. took 10th place in the poll.
The Grizzlies star has earned the Most Improved Player award, and he gave it to teammate Desmond Bane, a second-year guard. Bane, who was 3rd in the regular season, is now the leading scorer for the Grizzlies in the playoffs.
Ja Morant's gesture has drawn a strong backlash, but it seems to be a very nice gesture. Bane is a Richmond native who played at TCU and Seton Catholic before joining the Grizzlies.
After graduating from TCU, he was drafted 30th overall by Boston in 2020. He was later traded to Memphis, where he set a single-season record for three-pointers made.
Bane also grew his average scoring from 9.2 points a season to 18.2, added 4.3 rebounds and 1.2 steals, and maintained elite three-point shooting, 43.2%. The Memphis Grizzlies are a young and exciting team.
Ja Morant led his team to the 2nd seed of the playoffs and was the favorite for the Most Improved Player award. But instead of accepting the award, Morant left it to his teammate.
That is a cool moment for fans. The award will be well received by Grizzlies fans.
Memphis Grizzlies beat Minnesota Timberwolves 100-95. The Memphis Grizzlies won their season opener in dramatic fashion, beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 100-95.
The Timberwolves had a 2-game losing streak and were coming off a win over the Boston Celtics on Friday. Despite falling behind by 9 points in the first quarter, the Grizzlies were able to rally and come back for a win.
D'Angelo Russell led the Timberwolves with 22 points, while Anthony Edwards had 19 points. Desmond Bane led the Grizzlies with 26 points, while Brandon Clarke and Ja Morant each scored 16 points.
After a slow start, the Grizzlies finally got going in the second half. In the second quarter, Brandon Clarke, who was replacing Kyle Anderson, scored 16 points and added 8 rebounds.
This was an important game for him as his performance gives the team confidence. Towns was nearly non-existent on the road, mainly because he struggled with foul trouble.
The Grizzlies needed his big playing, but foul trouble hindered his production. He finished with 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 blocks.
Yet despite this lack of production, Towns had just 4 shots in 33 minutes. He cut off a reporter when asked about his shooting from low, and referred to Kevin Garnett.
The Timberwolves coach also said the team needed to get Towns shots. The Grizzlies came back from a 26-point deficit in Game 3 of the series, and recovered to win their first-round Western Conference playoff series.
Their offense was led by Desmond Bane, who hit 7 three-pointers out of 15 attempts and tallied 26 points. The fourth period was a key moment in the game as the Grizzlies scored 37 points in the final frame.
The Grizzlies have a home court advantage in the series, but will look to build on that by taking the next two games. Game 4 is set for Saturday in Minneapolis at 9 p.m.
Despite the early start, the Memphis Grizzlies have a slight advantage. The team has a 12-1 record against the Timberwolves in this series.
If they can win Game 4 on Saturday, they will have clinched the series and move on to the next round. The Memphis Grizzlies won the series 2-1, overcoming a 26-point deficit to defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves.
This victory gives the Grizzlies a 12-1 advantage in the best-of-7 series against the Timberwolves. The Grizzlies are now atop the Western Conference and are ready to play a series against the Los Angeles Clippers and the Chicago Bulls.
Memphis Grizzlies recruit Desmond Bane. While it may seem a bit strange that an Indiana native would give his teammate to a Memphis Grizzlies rival, this is exactly what Ja Morant did.
Despite being a small school forward, Morant managed to average nearly 20 points per game, which is an NBA high number for a high school player. The team's record is now 29-14, and they are currently in third place in the Western Conference.
On Tuesday night, a crowd of more than 200 people showed up to welcome Bane, who had helped the Grizzlies beat Indiana by nearly double digits. Bane is a Richmond native, and locals spoke of his humble attitude.
Afterward, he walked over to a section of the lower bowl section of the arena. As the ovation continued, Bane's face lit up and he shook hands with fans.
During the regular season, Bane averaged 18.2 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, and 2.7 assists. His shooting splits were 46.1, 43.6, 90.3.
Bane nearly doubled his scoring average from 9 to 18 points during his sophomore season. Bane doubled his rebounds and assists numbers, while his three-point percentage increased from 1.7 to 4.7.
While winning the NBA Most Improved Player award is an incredible feat, it's not his fault that his teammate was not able to accept it. Bane was just one of several Grizzlies who did not receive the award.
He was nominated for the award by his teammates, including teammate Desmond Bane, who finished fifth. But in the end, the award went to Ja Morant, a Grizzlies legend.
Despite his young age, the kids in attendance were mostly high schoolers. Most of them had never been to an NBA game, so they were afraid Bane might not hear them.
But when the game was over, Bane walked up the aisle and thanked the kids. As Lake pointed out, the gesture was a nice gesture on his part.
He also explains that his son played against Bane in grade school, and he was able to tell the players to guard him, a fact that they were not happy about. In the meantime, the Grizzlies will take on the Timberwolves in a first-round series on Thursday.
The Grizzlies have also signed a Class S senior, Billings Desmond Bane, who played for Seawood and Vladevic in Sacramento. The Knicks have a great podcast that recaps all of the games and more.